We are very excited because we are on the brink of a large silver discovery in Sinaloa, Mexico. It's a silver predominantly asset, but also working with the permits and other assets that we have in the Plomosas project. I'll be making some forward-looking statements, standard cautionary statements today. So what's GR Silver? We are transforming the company in a two-pronged approach, exploration development. Exploration because we have a discovery, we have a silver discovery in Mexico. It's predominantly silver. Development because we have an area that has a permit, is a past producer underground mine. So we are working on how to combine these two situations. We are fully funded. Recently, we raised $13.8 million, Canadian dollars, which is going to fund the company probably for the next 15 months, not only for step-out drilling, for resource growth, but also for a way to look at the Plomosas past underground mine to bring that into some sort of production in 2026. That's a record time because we have the permits and we have most of the infrastructure, the Plomosas. We don't have a plant, so we'll be looking at a way to put a pilot plant. But the company has been very diligent how to work a continuous resource growth strategy. And we are achieving this with the discovery at the San Marcial area. How we are getting to the discovery? Very diligent way to work the data. I'm going to show in the next couple of slides why we're excited. When we hit 100 meters at 300 grams per ton of silver, it's something that's outstanding. We look at the rocks and now we know where we want to drill again to continue to hit similar intersections. What can you expect for GR Silver for the next 6, 9, 12 months? We expect to generate a lot of catalysts by additional drilling because we have just received a 5-year drilling permit, which is record in Mexico. So San Marcial is fully covered for surface drilling. We are also engaging engineers to look at Plomosas and how to combine Plomosas with San Marcial. I'm going to show how the synergy can work. With the bulk sample mining test, we are going to be in a position to explore a way to extract value for an underground mine that's built, that's only missing a plant. As you can see here, our performance this year, particularly in the last 3 months, have been stellar. And this is a result of this transformation. The whole team is congratulations for the whole GR Silver team in Canada, in Mexico. We have had outstanding liquidity. In the last 3 months, we have been at the top 10 volume trade on TSXV, average 6 million shares. The market cap on this slide is saying 130, but yesterday we hit 150, showing that how the market woke up for the story that can be a silver predominantly development story in Mexico. As a matter of location, it's important to point out here. We are on the south of Sinaloa, 40 kilometers from Whistler, silver, similar geological setting on the edge of the Sierra Madre. This corner of Sinaloa recently has been very active. Prime Mining was acquired by a total around 500 million. We have companies with plus $1 billion of market cap, developing or operating. And San Dimas, which is our world-class silver deposit, is on the same geological setting as the Plomosas project. We have 2 areas. The Plomosas, which is a past producer. That means most of the permits are in place, infrastructure, power lines, roads, and the discovery, that's San Marcial, which is 5 kilometers. Next slide, I'm going to show the discovery. We implemented 72 kilometers of ground geophysical survey. And that brought to us a brand new anomaly, is a chargeability anomaly. That's a new signature, an intrusive system. The meaning is that there's a much bigger regional system of intrusives in the area. And we realized that we drilled only 20% of the edge of the anomaly. With 18,000 meters, we have been able to define 68 million ounces of silver equivalent. 85% of this 68 million ounces is silver. The company today has 134 million ounces of silver equivalent, made of 68 plus the 66 at the Plomosas area. I'm going to show a quick cross-section here to present the magnitude of this discovery. As you can see, we have intersections of 100 meters, 308 grams per ton of silver, on the edge of a massive regional intrusive, which we are believing there has some signatures of porphyry style. As we studied the rocks of this discovery hole, recently we announced a step out 250 meters down deep, and again, we continue to intersect wide intersections, high grade of silver. This is not a vein, it's a hydrothermal breccia. The average thickness of the deposit is 22 meters. We don't need multiple veins to generate a resource. It's just one deposit. So our rate of discovery is very high and the cost is very low. Our average cost of discovery today is on average 17 cents of the dollar per ounce of silver. Again, we drilled 18,000 meters and discovered 68 million ounces of silver equivalent. And we are embarking now in another phase, 15,000 meters of drilling. So those are catalysts that you can expect. Next slide is going to be a perpendicular section. I'm going to slide the ore body along the dip here to give an illustration. The pink is the current resource, the 68 million ounces. The red is the high grade. The audience can see that we have a series of wide, 83 meters, 100 meters, 75 meters, 38 meters, intersections. Why this is important? This creates a very attractive footprint for low OPEX, low CAPEX future development. And we want to integrate this with the Plomosas area that's 5 kilometers from here. In a way that we can short the timeline to future development of this asset, which is a silver predominantly asset. The next slide, I'm going to move to the Plomosas area to explain why we are excited as well, particularly now with the silver at $46 per ounce. We can really extract value of a mine that's built. This is the Plomosas mine. It shut down in 2001 when silver price was $5 per ounce. It was operated by Grupo Mexico for 14 years. They produced 36 million ounces of silver equivalent. We have the data. We have defined already 66 million ounces in this deposit. We have 7 kilometers of tunnels already developed, ready to access to be mined. We picked up 21 sites where we can see how we can find the best high-grade material to implement a bulk sample and put a plant on site in the next year. We are doing the engineering now in a way to integrate this in a study that we can have all the economics at low cost the company might be in 2026, reaching a producer profile. That's what we want to do. So what's the value creation roadmap for the company? Since we started transformation, we told the market that we are going to do 3,000 meters and have a discovery. We announced 4 weeks ago, 75 meters, continuity. We implement the bulk sample that's in progress with engineers working. In July, we announced to the market that we are going to apply for a 5-year drilling permit. A lot of people were really skeptical about in 2 months to be able to grant that. Through 20 years of work in Mexico, we need to develop relationships and work with the authorities. We got a record 5-year permit for drilling. And now we are embarking in the additional drilling at San Marcial based on the discoveries and working how to integrate the Plomosas area that we have the permits with the San Marcial that's 5 kilometers nearby. All controlled 100% by this company, no debt, no obligations to pay any vendor of any property. It's important to highlight that to make a successful story, you need to have a team. And most of the individuals that are building this company have worked in world-class financial institutions, world-class mining companies, built world-class mines, explored, developed, built, and sold silver mines and other mines around the world, particularly in Mexico. Highlights of this presentation. We are not exploring for narrow, high-grade veins, epithermal. We are exploring for wide, bulk mineable, low OPEX, CAPEX style of mineralization. That's what we discovered at San Marcial. And Plomosas as well has this. If you look, this photo here is one of the stopes inside the Plomosas mine. It's 25 meters wide, 45 meters high, 150 meters long, ready for us to go back and continue work. The success and the discovery is based on a very diligent way to apply knowledge, modern exploration. We have a lot of partnerships with universities in Australia and in Mexico. We brought the experts to understand why the rocks are creating these wide ore bodies. And our success rate has increased dramatically. Exploration upside. We only tested 20% of the anomaly. In 20% of the anomaly, we have defined 68 million ounces of silver equivalent, indicated and inferred. So we still have a lot of opportunities to increase the resource there, and we are very excited about this. And the company is committed for development, how to bring the Plomosas as a component together with San Marcial to be a producer in the next 12, 15 months. As a matter where we are positioned for growth, how many companies have the permits in place for an operation in Mexico at the exploration stage, including water permit, explosive permit? We have those. We have a land agreements with all the locals even for exploitation, for mining, for 20 plus years. And the company, particularly in the area of the Plomosas mine, we own the land, which is very important in Mexico. So that altogether with this evolution of the company that's fully funded, aggressive drilling, the development concept is what is creating the basis for the transformation of this company. To finalize, I'll leave you another picture of the Plomosas mine, another stope that shows the magnitude of the system and how the geological setting has been redefined. I'm outside with the executive chairman and other directors if you want to come and see at the rocks, how they look different and attractive. And all the details are here. Thank you very much.